and welcome to Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. And as usual, I am the Old Man. How the hell are you all today? It's cool down here in the spook house. It's not as bad as it was. This week was ridiculously hot and sticky. I don't do hot very well. Yeah, like I said, we don't have air conditioning in our house, but we do have air conditioning in our rooms and in my office and in the spare bedroom. So you sit in front of the fan in the living room or go in the bedroom with the air conditioning. So it is what it is. Live in Michigan. You only got to put up with this for a few times a year. So today we are going to continue our tour of the US of A. Where's my mouse? There she is. And we're going to talk today about Louisiana. Come on now. I like Louisiana. We've been to Louisiana. We were there 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 years ago. Very cool place to go. We took well, actually, what we did, and I know no one cares, but we flew into Louis Armstrong International, which is it's in Kenner. It's not in Louisiana. And the wife was from whatever Texas, Tejas. So we found a Whataburger in Gonzales, Louisiana, and we were going to the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville. If you're not familiar with the Myrtles, it is I think it's either 1700s or an 1800s plantation. A lot of people have been killed there. It's supposedly one of the most haunted B&Bs in America. Love the place. Had an experience there. Had an experience there. So I will talk about that. And then we came back we drove. It's only like an hour and a half away from New Orleans. Then we came back and we went to the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, drove over that. It's like a 20-mile causeway over the water. But it was funny because we're like, oh shit, what happens if somebody, falls over? And they said that it's only like 12 feet deep in spots, so it's not that big of a deal. And then we dropped the car off, took an Uber into the French Quarter, and we stayed at the Place d'Armes. Recommend that place, dude. It's like right across the street from Jackson Square. It's literally a block from the Vampire Cafe, which was really fucking cool. Had really good burgers there. Place is kind of small. The Vampire Cafe is. So it seems kind of weird. I have an empty house. As you know, the wife passed a couple of weeks ago. Um, had to put down our freaking dog a week from tomorrow, last week. So we could go tomorrow. There we go. So it's weird that I can do my stuff in my office and have the door closed, or I'm sorry, have the door open, and I don't have to worry about the wife talking to me or going to the kitchen or whatever the case may be. It's weird. It's weird navigating this whole empty house thing, but whatever. We will get through this. So again, this is in no particular order. This is in no order of hauntings. It's not most important. It's just a list. And today the list is Explore Louisiana. So it says unexplained noises, shadowy figures, ghostly presences. Louisiana's long and complicated history lends itself to paranormal activities. Begin your spooky journey by checking out the most haunted Louisiana attractions. Okay, so they have a few here. So the first one is the St. Louis Cemetery numero uno. There is, oh yeah, visitors to the cemetery must be accompanied by a licensed tour guide. Yeah, that's how they get you. We met across the street and checked in. And when everyone was there, the tour guide introduced himself. Yeah, himself, because ours was a dude. And then we basically walked across the street to the cemetery, and the whole guided tour was like, I think 45 minutes, I think it was. So there is no question as to which tomb in St. Louis Cemetery #1 belongs to Voodoo priestess or Mambo Marie Laveau. Hordes of followers have left offerings and marked 3 X's on her crypt in hopes of having their wishes granted. Laveau is one of the many famous residents buried in and said to haunt New Orleans' oldest cemetery, built in 1789 and close situated close behind the French Quarter. Not really, but yeah, I guess so. The cemetery spans only a block, but supposedly houses 100,000 of the city's dead, many of whom are thought to still walk the cemetery grounds. Take a cemetery tour. We did. So here's our experiences with the St. Louis Cemetery numero uno. It was interesting. And they said, the tour guide said that they have a way, because it's so fucking hot in Louisiana, especially New Orleans, that it's something that they so they bury the bodies like on top of each other, and there's like spaces underneath, and they would naturally decompose because of the heat, which is kind of freaky if you ask me. But they would decompose naturally because of the heat. And when that happens, the bones fall down into this little catch thing. They put them in I don't remember if he said a bag or a box, and that leaves room for another person to be buried. It's just totally bizarre, totally bizarre. We didn't experience anything there. And Nicolas Cage. I will post this on our Facebook page. Nicolas Cage, he has already has his grave, I guess, in St. Louis Cemetery #1. It's a fucking pyramid. It's a pyramid. He already has his pyramid, his tomb selected. I will post a picture of that too. Um, yeah, bizarre. So, anyways, our tour guide said that Marie Laveau might not be buried in St. Louis Cemetery #1. That's correct. People might be going to her grave, and it's not her grave. Yeah, he said that they have tracked like geology records, I guess it is, I guess you would call it, to possibly her family is in St. Louis, and I said St. Louis, same damn thing. Cemetery #2, which is further away from cemetery #1. So yeah, so if you go to Marie Laveau's place, it might not be her. And again, I'm not trying to say, oh, but when we were in France back in 2019, before COVID came and fucked up everything, our tour guide there said that there is now I'm trying to do like her accent. There's no reason to go to Napoleon's Cave because we're not even sure that he's buried there. So it's like she's like, save your money. We don't even know if he's buried there or not. So yeah, so go to St. Louis or St. Louis Cemetery #1 at your own risk, because well, yeah, because what was this? Okay, because I just got a thing on my phone. Because she might not be there. Let me I have to answer this text real fast, guys. Just give me a second here. Just give me a second. What the fuck is that? Wow, did you hear that fucking feedback? What the fuck was that? That was weird. It's like an alien's trying to talk to me and shit. And again, I don't edit nothing. I don't edit. So you get warts and all, man. You get fucking warts and all. Okay, so these #2 on this list is our Arnaud's restaurant. I believe that's how you say it. Arnaud's restaurant. New Orleans. Okay, I'm sorry. St. Louis Cemetery #1, also New Orleans. So goes to this upscale restaurant are some of the classiest you find. Yeah, because probably paid a shitload of money. Count Arnaud himself appears in the main dining room dressed in his tuxedo. Damn. Can you imagine living in eternity dressed to the nine? Fuck that, man. Surveying the guests, they try and say, who's the cheap bastards? And smiling at the energetic atmosphere. Meanwhile, guests have reported seeing a woman, perhaps his daughter, Germaine. And if you know the quote, the goddamn Germans have no germane to the conversation. Yeah, that was from Smoking the Bandit. In a hat cat, and I think I fucked that up. But anyways, in a hat casually stroll, it wasn't Smoking the Bandit though. In a hat casually stroll through the dining room, only to disappear into a wall. Apparently, seeking to ascend the staircase that was once there. See, that's okay. eh, hold on a second. Once there before the wall was added. One other group of well-dressed coastal gentlemen enjoy themselves at the bar after hours. Aside from occasionally surprising waiters and causing them to drop their trays, the spirits are friendly enough and simply add to the charm of the 100-year-old establishment. Okay, I think I fucked up the Smoking a Bandit. Let me look real fast. Quote, Smokey and the Bandit. Quote, Germaine. Okay, let's see what it says. Because I'm pretty sure I fucked it up. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. It says, hold on a second. Oh, that's the clip. I don't want the clip. Okay, so it says the fact that you are a sheriff is not germane to the situation. The line famously prompted his deputy to mistakenly think he was talking about Germans. And it says the Germans have nothing to do with this or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, the damn Germans got nothing to do with this. Yeah. Again, I am a nerd. Smoking the Bandit, one of my favorite movies. The edit team was shit though. They didn't edit very well. Like they didn't edit very well at all. So anyway, so here it says she's seen so Germaine, as I said, that's what's got me off track about the Germans and got nothing to do with it. Smoking the Bandit. Okay. In a hat, casually strolls through the dining room, only to disappear into the wall, apparently seeking to ascend the staircase that was once there before the wall was added. That is classic. If you have someone who is, let's say Germaine, in the Arnaud's restaurant, and she's used to having a staircase there that goes upstairs. She passes away. You take out the staircase and put a wall up. She still thinks that that staircase is there, okay? Because it was when she was alive. So that's why she disappears into the wall. She's going up the stairs. Case in point, there was a story also, surprisingly enough, in New Orleans. Some construction workers were doing some, I think, renovation work on this, and on this, like an old building or something. And they always saw this girl, but they only saw her from the knees on up. And they're like, "What? Why do we see her? Did she not have legs? You know, why do we only see her from the knees on up?" Well, come to find out, when they did research, the original floor was raised like 2 feet or 3 feet. So that's why she was walking on the old floor, not the raised floor, because when she was alive, the raised floor did not exist. So she's still walking on the old floor, which is not there no more. I know this is like some deep shit, but yeah. So that's why they only saw her from the knees on up. Okay, now here's an interesting one. The Laurie Mansion, that is also in New Orleans. Mystery, intrigue, and bone-chilling truth, and this is true crime stories have surrounded this home since the 1830s. The highly influential French Creole Delphine LaLaurie, or LaLaurie, was a well-respected member of society known to throw lavish parties. However, when a fire swept through the house, her reputation burned to a crisp. Check this shit out. Firefighters discovered chained and brutally tortured enslaved people in a chamber in the home. They soon learned that she had been torturing hundreds of people and children in her mansion. And I do believe the majority of them were African American and or slaves, if I remember correctly. Though the Laurie family fled the country, never to be seen again, these tortured souls are still looking for revenge. Future owners, rumored to have been plagued by ghosts, each left soon after buying the property. Ghost hunters swear it's the most haunted house in the French Quarter, but local historians say the tales are not true. Next time you're in New Orleans, take a haunted tour and pass by the mansion. We did take a haunted tour. It sucked balls. It was the Ghost Adventures tour. Not, thank God I asked, not connected to Ghost Adventures, because I ain't giving that ass hat any of my freaking money. So, and by that I mean Zach Bacon's there. I said it. Sue me, Zach. You no tell it, ass hat. Um, yeah, I don't like him. Can you tell? is 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 it that obvious that I do not like this person? Anyways, um, yeah, the tour sucked balls, man. We were supposed to go to um Jean Lafitte's, which or yeah, Jean Lafitte's, which was a an old pirate bar, supposed to be one of the oldest bars in America, actually. And we were supposed to stop there, get a credit for a drink before we continued our tour. We walked right past the goddamn bar, never even stopped. And the tour guide was not too good. So I gave him a scathing review, not that it fucking matters, but I gave him a scathing review. Like we were supposed to stop at Jean Lafitte's bar. We did not. We did go the following day, me and the wife, and got t-shirts and mugs. So, whatever. But from my understanding, the Laurie Mansion burned down, originally burned down. It was rebuilt. And from my understanding, is everyone that purchased the mansion after it burned down, went into financial trouble. Nicolas Cage bought it, and the IRS was after his ass. He claimed bankruptcy. Okay, so they say that there's a curse to the Laurie Mansion, which probably is, man. Our hotel, I don't think our hotel, and before I forget, I better mention this, is we were this is a really nice hotel, expensive as shit. But you know the old saying, you get what you pay for? We paid for a good spot. It was like walking distance to everything. So, anyways, we went, supposedly supposedly, we ended our haunted tour early. We left. This is bullshit. And supposedly the last stop is our hotel in the courtyard. Supposedly there was a boys' school that burned down in 1800s, I think it was. He's in the 1700s, 1800s. And supposedly there's like two spirits of boys that run around our hotel. Now our hotel was cool. Our room was. It was really nice, but you had to have a fucking map almost to get to your room from the street. It's like, holy crap, you had to go through hallways and yeah, elevators like that. So yeah, we didn't stay for the tour, so I don't know if they might not even gone to our hotel because they didn't go to John Lafitte's. Don't get me going. So okay, so then in oh God, Vac Vacari, which is the Oak Alley Plantation. The ancient live oaks leading to Oak Valley Plantation provides more of a picturesque, a good picture scene for a great photograph. Feeling like I can't say picturesque. There we go. Picturesque scene for a great photograph. Fingers extended, they seem to protect a path leading to the secrets of the past, secrets that still appear from time to time. Staff has seen a ghostly shadow gazing out a window and heard the distinct sounds of an invisible horse and carriage coming up the alley. Perhaps the strangest experience, though, occurred when 35 visitors touring the mansion saw a candlestick fly across the room in front of them. Now, that would be cool. Now, from my understanding, correct me if I am wrong, because I probably am. I think Oak Valley, they do not allow any kind of celebrations there. Like you can't do like a wedding, you can't do like a anniversary, bridal shower, anything that involves celebration, they do not allow. Nor do they allow to be like a whatever in like a period dress up thing. And supposedly, I think Oak Alley is the plantation, if I remember correctly. They still have as a history lesson kind of thing, slave quarters that so that they want you to see what it was like as an actual plantation. We didn't get a chance to go there. The wife did not want to go there. So if I ever get back, I'm retiring. Like I said, I'm retiring at the end of this year on my birthday, November. I'll be 62. I said this before. 62. I got with my military. I have 32 years in with the state, so I am done. I'm putting my paperwork in August 1st. Um, and I also can apply, I think August, September, October, November. I can also put in my application to start receiving Social Security on my birthday also. Myrtle's Plantation. It is said that the hauntings began with Chloe, who was a enslaved person punished for eavesdropping, which is true. She baked a poisoned birthday cake to get the family sick and then nurse them back to health, hoping to prove her value and get back in good graces. Within hours, three family members were dead. Chloe's ghost is still reported to haunt the Myrtle's plantation. Subsequent owners suffered death and murder tragedies in the years that followed. The ghosts of these former residents, as well as other passing through, have been documented in photos, featured in national TV shows, and witnessed by residents and tourists alike. Stay the Night is one of the most haunted homes. Stay the night. Okay, I'm sorry. In one of the most haunted homes in the country, or take a mystery tour on Friday or Saturday evening. You might also experience your own ghost encounter. We did. We did. Okay. Um, Let me look this really fast. I think it's the General some Bradford. I think it's the General Bradford. Let me do the Myrtle's Plantation. Just give me a second here, people. Give me a second, peeps. Okay, the Myrtles. Cool fucking place, man. I will post pictures of it. Um, I want to stay. Okay. Yep, it was the General Bradford. That's it. That's our room. That's our room right there. That's our room. But page was not found. Really? Really? Okay, well, anyways, yeah, okay. So let me go back because as you can tell, I get sidetracked very easily. Again, the Myrtles is in St. Francisville. So we checked in, and we were in the General Bradford's room or suite, and it's the only suite or the only room inside the actual house. Okay, now what's cool is that we had our own porch, our own set of rocking chairs. And we had gone out, well, yeah, we had gone out to eat. No, I'm sorry, we had taken a history tour before we went out to eat. We went out to eat in some Mexican restaurant in St. Francisco. We come back, we took the night mystery tour, which was kind of cool. And there was only like 6 or 7 of us total. And Charles was our tour guide. And it was really freaking cool because it stormed. I mean, I've never been in a place that has stormed that freaking much for that freaking long. Lightning was actually like making our room shake. It was so freaking loud. But anyways, so as we're going on this tour with the Charles, we were in, okay, so picture this. I'll post pictures. We were in the ladies smoking room, okay? And right beside the ladies smoking room is two doors, two sliding doors, and that is the men's smoking room. Well, just off to the left is a gaming room, but not like pool or pinball machines. Obviously, this is from 1700s, but they had like card table. They had dominoes, things like that. And we might have caught something too. So I'll post that too. Again, our Facebook page is Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. And Charles is talking, and we all heard something like clunk. It came from the actual game room. And everyone was looking around, and then Charles started talking again. I go, are we going to address the elephant in the room? Did everybody hear that? What was that? So me and Charles went into the actual game room and we looked, and there was a piece of a domino, the domino piece, I guess it's called, was on the floor. And Charles goes, I did the history tour earlier today, and that was not on the floor, that was on the table. So somebody either playing a game, a ghost or spirit, or they just tossed that piece on the floor and we all heard it. And then afterwards, I think Charles was a little bit spooked because afterwards he asked if anyone wanted to go with him as he closed up the house. Like, yeah, I'll go, dude. So I took a shitload of pictures so the pictures are going to be purplish because I had a full spectrum camera. And echo, I'm hearing echo. Anyways, so it could be the fucking birds outside. And I did all that. I think he was scared. And there was a famous picture that he pointed to of Chloe outside. When one of the owners bought it, the insurance company wanted pictures, to insure it. And one of the pictures came back, and the insurance company goes, "Can you take a picture without anyone in it?" And they said, "There isn't anybody here." And they showed the picture to the homeowner, and supposedly that was Chloe. Now we supposedly our room, there's two doors. There's a door over by the bathroom and a door right off of our bedroom. Well, you can't get to the other side because that's the actual house, so they keep those locked. Well, Charles said that people that stayed in our room, the General Bradford's room, I believe that's what I call it, right? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, the General David Bradford suite, yes. So he said that people say that they hear though they see the actual doorknobs moving, but you can't get on the other side, right? So then another one said that someone reported a butler was in their room asking them if they wanted anything. He was a spirit, obviously. Now well, Brenda had an experience. I did. I stayed up for like 2 fucking hours, lights out. I actually went live on Facebook, and we had like a sitting room. So I'm on the couch in the sitting room. Brenda's asleep in our room. So I'm in the sitting room, you know, pitch dark. Didn't hear nothing. Went into our bedroom part. There was like this couch lounger thing. I sat there for about half an hour to an hour. Nothing happened. So fuck it. I went to bed. And Brenda said, the following morning she woke up about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to hearing heavy footsteps on the stairs outside of our room, or right beside our room that goes upstairs. So yeah, that was cool. I didn't get it, of course, obviously. So next one we're gonna go to is Louisiana's old state capital in Baton Rouge. I know it's Baton Rouge, or no, Baton Rouge. I'm sorry, Baton Rouge, but I called it Baton Rouge. So this is the old state capital. A great carrier, warrior, and defender of common people. Oh God. A Valais Parish legislature, Pierre Coulevin, suffered a heart attack in the Capitol's chambers after a spirited speech about corrupt politicians. Talking about himself, probably. It seemed that he loved his job so much that he did not ever leave the neo-Gothic old state Capitol building. Couvillian's large footprints have appeared on the Senate floor. Ooh, and a rumpled bed in the exhibit hall could have been his resting spot for the night. While making rounds, a security guard felt a tap on his shoulder and heard invisible people moving around in the dark. Others have seen the motion detectors going off, including or indicating someone was in the museum. But when they went to investigate, no one was there, and not one thing was caught on tape. Security tape. How do you say this? Calisi Killer House, Lake Charles. Tony Joe Henry bore a deeply sinister side. In 1939, she set out to break her new husband out of prison when he committed cold-blooded murder in Cal Casio Parish. She faced 3 trials for murder of Joseph Calloway and actually became a town celebrity. In the end, she became the first and only woman executed in the electric chair in Louisiana. And 75 years after her death, jail officers think Tony Joe's spirit still hangs around the holding cell in Casio Courthouse. Workers encounter unexplained electrical malfunctions, random wafts of burnt hair and perfume. That smell, by the way. Fan wafts is a fancy name for smells. And some claim to have heard the screams of a woman echoing from the stairs. Whatever you choose to believe, Tony Joe Henry has put this haunted building on the map for paranormal destination. Magnolia Plantation in Natahoches, I believe that's how you say it. Even the stars of the travel channels. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? That is the credibility to me when you talk about Ghost Adventures, the show. My credibility goes down to shit. Seriously. They have whatever. Okay. Even the stars of the Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures were spooked by the paranormal activity. They get spooked if a freaking something a noise happens, they freak out. At the Magnolia Plantation, the show's investigators heard voodoo chants, of course they are, and tapping noises while filming in a former cabin that housed enslaved residents. And unexplained lights were caught on tape suggesting ghostly spirits were present. During the Civil War, the two sides fought at Magnolia Plantation, and sources mention a Union major being poisoned by Confederate troops, dying in one of the rooms in the main house. Some claim to have seen his face peering out of an upstairs window. Meanwhile, the spirits of former enslaved people haunt the plantation's hospital and a cabin where anthropologists have found evidence of voodoo. Today, the mansion is a private residence, but the National Park Service owns the remainder of the complex. Was open for tours. Um, any TV show about the paranormal that's out there have to be some of the luckiest fucking people, because we have been in so many places that they've been to. Okay, I will admit, at one time I was a groupie for the Ghost Adventure. Okay, not in a sexual way, but I watched them whenever I could. Okay, we went to places. We went to Villisca. They were in Villisca, Iowa, the ex murder house. They went to the prison, Mansfield, Ohio. We were there. They went to Waverly Hills. We went to Waverly Hills. I don't know if they've been to Randolph County and Salem. We're going there in 2 weeks. We went to Trinway Place in Ohio. And we traveled like to Villisca. We traveled 12 hours. Okay. We didn't experience one damn thing. Not one. No EVPs, not anything. No orbs, no videos, no smells, no sounds, not a thing. Okay. And they're in the Ghost Adventures is in the ex murder house for like 2 fucking minutes, and they get an EVP in the kitchen says, "I did it." Okay, like I said, is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. Because I believe, and I have heard this before, I have believed. Give me a second. I believe that if what people say that the spirits can, see and hear and whatever. And I also heard that if you give out a false like for the paranormal, you're not going to experience anything. And Ghost Adventures would be an ideal candidate for that, because they're a joke. It's all for making money. But anyways, I better stop rambling. I might get in trouble. I might get sued. Next one's the Lloyd Hall Plantation in Cheneyville. The black sheep in this London-based family, the original owner of Lloyd Hall Plantation, brought his money stateside around 1820. He did well for himself until the Civil War, when his supposed dealings as a double agent, oh, they'll come back and haunt your ass, led to his hanging by Union soldiers. See? He was the first of several tragic deaths on the property, including a Union soldier deserter discovered in the attic and and enslaved nanny reputedly poisoned. Their spirits do not pass on, however, and they show up to ring doorbells, move tableware, and play the violin during a full moon. And I'm probably saying, why during a full moon? Well, because the spirits need energy to do things, and I have said this before. They get energy from a full moon, a new moon, geomagnetic storms, solar flares, and thunderstorms with lightning. We were at Waverly Hills in Louisville one time, up on the fifth floor, which is open, and we could see lightning in the distance. Like, come on, come this way, bitches. It didn't come this way. Um, so that's why during the full moon, tour guides are accustomed to these otherworldly beings, but bed and breakfast guests may be surprised by what they find. I always stay there. Okay, now here's an interesting one. The Shreveport Municipal Auditorium. I thought I said airport auditorium in Shreveport. Watch out, ladies. That's what it says. Sarge loves to play with a woman's hair, ruffling shorter hair in an upward pattern, while longer hair is stroked. He's now the only mischievous ghost hanging around this national landmark. A young girl runs around the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium arena floor, opening and closing doors. Period. So I thought there's more. This occurrence has been caught on video by visiting guests on a tour. Others have shown up in photographs sitting in the otherwise empty arena seats. Perhaps the ghosts wander over the adjacent Oakland cemetery or remain from the days when the building hosted the Louisiana hayride. Oh, oh, that is very popular. That is very popular. The Louisiana hayride, dude, I have heard about that. I think Elvis actually participated in that. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Well, if you're listening, you don't got a choice. All right, yeah. The Louisiana Hayride was a highly influential weekly live country music and rockabilly radio show, broadcast from the Shreveport Municipal Memorial Auditorium in Shreveport, Louisiana, running from 1948 to 1960 on station KWKH. It was famously known. Yeah, see. I know this trivial stuff. He was famously known as the Cradle of the Stars for launching the careers of legends like Hank Williams, Elvis Presley, and Johnny Cash. I knew it. There's actually, I think Johnny Cash and the Tennessee Three, early in his career. Oh, that is cool. You can book your tour. I might have to if like I said, I want to get back to Louisiana. Have some unfinished business. Fortunately, the wife won't be able to do it with me, but yeah, I can do it. So yesterday we went antique. Just a really quick story. I know people, you may or may not care. It is what it is. I'm talking about it. We collect Hummels. We like to antique. Well, we did. I still do. She don't. Um, but I am what I call a poor man's antiquer. I don't pay any more than like $25 for an item. Okay. I'm not getting like this $3,000 hutch, no, fuck that. So we went yesterday, or I did, I'm sorry, um, with the kids, and we went to one of our favorite antique places, and I bought a Hummel in honor of the wife. And there was this picture, it was only like $28. And Brenda liked like black and white pictures with color in it. So this shows a woman from behind walking in some street. It looks like it's Paris or Rome or something like that. And she's holding behind her a red umbrella that's open. And for years I have asked the wife, I'm like, Brenda, do you want this? No, no, it costs too much. No, it's only 28 fucking dollars. So, and I had not been at that store for over a year. As you know, Brenda passed um, in June, early June, and it's like, fuck, I'm getting this, man. I have to get this. So I got it, and it was on sale even better. It was like I think 15% off. So I brought it home, hung it in our room. Like, okay, honey, here you go. Here's your picture that you wanted for a long fucking time. And it was sad, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So the Dolphin New Orleans Hotel in New Orleans. I heard about this. This is in New Orleans. Tales of twisted fates are retold through generations at the Dolphin Orleans Hotel, and its bar, May Bailey's Place. Through sightings, paranormal research, and documented letters, there seem to be a few characters establishing their presence from beyond the grave. One of these frequent visitors is Millie, the lost bride. Millie worked in May's Place, the bar, as a what the fuck is that? A Cursian? I have no idea what a Cursian is. Let me see what a Cursian is. I have no idea. I'm assuming Lady of the Night, maybe. I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, Jesus Christ! I amazed myself. A court. So it's pronounced courtesan. Courtesan is a historical item or term for a female sex worker or mistress who catered exclusively to wealthy, powerful, or noble clientele. Unlike standard prostitutes, they were often highly educated, socially prominent, and possessed significant cultural influence. Huh. Now they're called groupies. Okay, so one of these is Millie, the lost bride. She worked there as a late at night when her groom to be was shot dead in a gambling dispute in the morning of the wedding. Oh, that sucks. According to accounts, Millie took to wearing her wedding gown around May's Place, and even after her death, many years later, Millie still roams the Delphine, hopelessly waiting for her fiance. You could also cross paths with an apparition in the ballroom. A special guest, or special guest, Jesus Christ, a special ghost known as Jewel, the dancing girl, is described as a young teen. Occasionally, guests who arrive late at the hotel after a night of revelry, having fun, are sometimes in befuddled state of mind and describe being helped to the guest room by a young girl dancing along without touching the floor. If there's your if that's not a sign that she's a ghost, I don't know what the hell is. Not touching the floor. Okay. Don't miss May Bailey's. It's been the site for two different overnight lockdowns by the Jesus Christ, by the host of Travel Channel's Ghost Adventure. Well, I ain't going there. The Mortuary, New Orleans. The Mortuary, originally built in 1872. What? The Mortuary is a mansion that appeared in for about operated for about operated for 80 years as an actual mortuary. Since it first opened its doors as a haunted attraction in 2007, it has been featured on top ghost hunting shows like Discovery Channel's Ghost Lab. Yeah, it was stupid. Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International. Yeah. And Ghost Adventures. Yeah. The venue's haunted house theme changes year to year, and while it's most popular during the holiday season, the mortuary is open year round. Okay, I'm gonna actually check that out in a second. The Hanging Jail, last one. I know you're like, yay, God damn it. The Hanging Jail is in D. Ritter. Built in 1915, the Gothic jail of D. Ritter is believed to be haunted by the two men hanged for the slaying of their taxicab driver, hence the nickname the Hanging Jail. As the story goes, Joe Jenna and Bolton Brassier hired a taxi driver, Joe Breville, killed him, and dumped his body in the local pond. Well, that sucks. The body was found, and the men were convicted and hanged from the third floor gallows in 1928. The jail features a spiral staircase circling around a noose that wait a minute. The jail features a spiral staircase circling around a noose that hangs ominously in an underground tunnel that allows prisoners to get to the courthouse next door. It's even been featured on the Travel Channel because of its easy for me to say peculiar reputation. Visitors have flocked to the location, and some have sworn they've captured ghosts of ghostly beings. Take a tour, snap some pictures, and maybe you'll catch a paranormal experience. Maybe. Okay, that is the top few hauntings of Louisiana. I gotta see what the mortuary is before I let you all go. The mortuary in New Orleans. Holy shit. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I think we might have passed that. Wow. Where the fuck is that at? Oh, I don't care about the haunted, the Halloween shit. Where is it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Directions. Canal Street. Okay. We might have walked past that bitch. No, we haven't. No, it's too. How do you get out of this? Yeah, 'cause there's the French Quarter. Okay, yeah, it's the French Quarter, but it's not. Okay. Yeah, we did not walk past that. Okay, cool. Again, I've only been to a couple of these. If you've been to any of the ones that I've mentioned, and you have had your experiences, let me know. I am genuinely curious. I want to know. So yeah, please do. Again, this is not a definite list, not the only list. It's just a list. And I liked this Explore Louisiana because they actually gave you some history and some of the spirits instead of saying, oh, they've seen apparitions and strange smells. No, you gotta get more detail. So again, we are part of, well, we are the Southeast Michigan Ghost Hunter Society, and we are going to Randolph County Asylum. Guy had brain fart outside of Winchester, Indiana, and we're going to a Buc-ee's. And I know you guys that have a Buc-ee's, you know, like, dude, it's just a fucking gas station. But I've never been to a Buc-ee's, and they opened one up in Ohio, so we're going there first. Also have, I'm going to try to go live. I also have a YouTube video reaction channel of the paranormal called Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. See how easy that is? And I'm going to try to go live there. Do live videos throughout the night. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know if I can. Supposedly they have Wi-Fi in the building, so we'll see if I have that capability. And we have a Facebook page. Our group does, Southeast Michigan Ghost Hunter Society. And if you're into music, I have a musical reaction channel called Musical Chairs. This past weekend I did Martina McBride, and today I did it's a band I've never fucking heard of before. And did I write it down? Yes. Shunned at a Funeral, When They Come For Me. Really freaking cool. Check it out. So yeah, go check out that too. So give me about 20 minutes. I will post some of these pictures on our Facebook page, Talking Paranormal with the Old Man. Come check out our pictures of the Myrtles Plantation. And I think that's all I got. Oh, and the St. Louis Cemetery #1, where Marie Laveau may or may not be buried. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I know this is a little bit of a long one, but I ramble. That's the way I am. Oh, well, sucks, but no, it is what it is, man. It gives me personality. So, again, you have to be more afraid of the living than you do of the dead. Truth, man, truth. Weird people out there. Stay away from the light. That's what you want to do. And until we meet again, bye-bye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye.